Ladies and gentlemen,
uh-oh.
Did he freeze?
I think Big Time might have froze. Let's see. Yeah, he froze. So I think we're still live. Hey, so we Big Time will come back in. This is the you got it, Big Time? Go ahead on, brother.
Go ahead.
You got it. I hadn't even said anything.
Well,
there he is.
Way to fit everybody in. Oh, what happened there? I mean, soon as we started, there we go. What's going on, everybody? Let me say it before some crazy happened again. Welcome to the OG podcast that is here and live with you right now. And we are live in multiple places. We are on B-Bird's channels, on his YouTube and Twitter channel or X. We are on Cowboy Joe, who you can't see him, but he here. I'm just letting you know.
He's like the
He's here. Yeah, he's here. It's dark, but he got the light. You understand? He's here with us. Cowboy Joe is in the building. His channels are on, and then all of my channels are on as well. And I don't know why am I hearing this irritating doo-doo in my ear. Y'all can't hear it, but it's all good. It's me. It's on my side, but I'm gonna figure it out. But welcome to the Cowboys OG podcast, in which we are just three guys who gonna tell the truth, call it like it is, say what we need to say. And this week, we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, you haven't seen us since the last. Let me see, who was that? The Raider game? Was that right? Am I wrong on that, y'all? When the last time they saw us?
It's been a bit.
No, all three of us. It's been the Raider game since then. But we ain't gonna go back all the way back there. But we definitely have not had the opportunity together to talk about what happened just this week alone, in which the Cowboys shut a lot of people up as we beat up the Eagles and we beat up the almighty Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs. And the Cowboys, hey, let's call it like it is from the start. I'm going to get out the way. But let's just call it like it is. The Cowboys are pretty hot right now. And it ain't, I don't care what you, all haters, whatever y'all got to say, it don't make no difference. Y'all know what time it is. Cowboys are hot. Cowboy Joe, we can't see you, man, but you got the dance flow. Come on, talk to us.
Good to see you guys, and hope you had a good Thanksgiving with the family. It was a tremendous Thanksgiving for us in our household. We had a house full, everybody on the edge of their seats. Of course, we were thankful first for just being together as family, of course, but then we were extremely thankful to get a win from the Cowboys. So my son and my nephew and my daughter, they were on the edge of their seats. I was kind of calm, I must say. But I had to pull them on through. But it was a huge win. The way they came back and won that game, the way they hung in there, it was just a tremendous game, tremendous experience.
Yeah. B-Bird?
Well, first
talk to us, brother.
Well, I got a special guest I want to bring on.
Okay.
My microphone. Got me a microphone, man.
Go ahead. Got some equipment.
Y'all boys been having the microphones on me, man. My wife said, man, you gotta go get your microphone. So I went on and got me one, man.
She let you go get one, man. She let you go get one.
It sound good too.
Hey, she said Merry Christmas.
There you go. Oh, yeah. You ain't getting none on the 25th. But
I ain't getting none on the 25th. I wasn't getting none anyway, so I might as well go and get this.
Yeah.
So I want to congratulate Cowboy Joe. We opened up the 21-day window for him to come back, so he's back early. So I want.
Man.
Hey, so
I need it.
Hey, I tell you what, man. With the hey, what's up, Smoke? Me and Smoke was going back and forth on Twitter earlier. I just wanted to give a shout out to him, man. It's all love. We all trying to get to the same place. The Cowboys beating these teams, with the Raiders. Hey, even I said, the Raiders, they're trash, but although we beat them like we're supposed to. Mm-hmm. But I really want to see what we did in the previous games. We had the Super Bowl champions of 2025 and Super Bowl champions of the Super Bowl's in 2025, but you know what I'm saying. And the Super Bowl champions the year prior to that. And we beat them both. And I think, to me, the score wasn't necessarily indicative of how we beat them. We beat them by 3 both, but I thought we handled ourselves pretty good. The thing that I want our team to understand, the thing that I think our team is understanding is that they're getting confidence that we can win these games, y'all. We ain't got to go in and just give them a good fight and say, hey, we fought well, we came back. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you won the game. And guess what they're doing? They're going out there winning the game, man. And the one thing that I cite everybody kind of even Cowboy fans or Cowboy haters, when they talk about our quarterbacks, even Tony Romo, this is what I would tell you. When have we ever had a defense that was as good or better than our offense? We've never had that. And so now we're getting a defensive effort out there. We've gotten turnovers, right? Can I divulge one thing that I really like? Mm-hmm. I like the fact that we played good defense. We didn't get one turnover the other day. Not one. And so I like that because before in 2022 or 2023, I think we were really turnover reliant. That's what we did on our defense. But those things don't come all the time, especially not in the playoffs. Can you just go out there and play solid defense and win a game? And they're proving they can do that, man. And I love it, man, because again, I say this all the time, 61s and 97s don't sell, but they win you games. So we got to start, we invested in our 61s and we in our 60s and our 90s, and we started to win some games, man. And outside gonna take care of itself.
Yeah. What's up, Smoke? I see you, brother, man. I see you over there. Appreciate you so much popping in on us. Thank you for popping in. I guess since we trying to combine the both, I'm just following y'all lead. I'll say that I've been wanting to say, hey, Justin, I see all you guys that's on here. Hello, everybody. I'll say this about both games. I take it from this perspective that it's rare we haven't had where the Cowboys were faced with the moment and they took advantage of it.
Correct.
And it was mixed in with adversity. Whether in the Philly game they were down, in the Kansas City game it was pretty much like you had to trade licks. And were you willing to take that last lick and then give it right back? I can't tell you the last time in the, as far as the Kansas City game goes, where you had the lead and everybody knows that you cannot give the ball back to Mahomes. And they had 4 minutes left and they didn't give it back.
Yeah.
That ain't what we used to. Where the offense just drives, keeps the ball out of hand. All you got to do is get first downs. You had enough time where you still could be honest with your game plan. You still could pass, even though we tried to give it away a couple times. Dak almost had that interception. Usually the guys make those plays, but Karma finally was in our corner. They didn't get the interception. Pickens catches the ball, gets it knocked out. Turpin running behind, gets the fumble. Usually those are the plays where, we just blow up. You know what I'm saying? It's just always something. But finally, the sun was shining on us this time, and we was able to, to shut it all down. So I was glad that out of both games, they met the moment and they took the moment.
Yes.
Rather than having us be on the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go into details, with, plays and players and all that stuff. But I was just fine glad that they was able to shut it down, close games out the way they can, and get the job done. And for that, we find ourselves, ESPN and the pundits and everybody else would tell you the percentage that we have, but we got too many games left to be really locked in on percentages when all you need to do is just do what you've been doing, and that is just concentrate on what you have to do, win your games, and let the chips fall where they may right after that. Just win your games and then just do what you're doing. So far, I believe Schottenheimer, who deserves even more credit now than I've ever given him, but he has his team locked in and focused. It's really just that obvious. Cowboy Joe, I don't know if that's the way you want to go with it, but come on, talk to us or direct us wherever you want to go with it.
So I'm gonna take you guys back in history just for a minute, and you guys being historians yourself of the Cowboys, you remember this. So in the '93 season, Emmett missed the first 2 games, and so for that whole season, we were chasing the 49ers and the Giants for home field advantage, and we actually got on a winning streak and we won some games, and then we lost a couple of games, and so the 49ers were the number 1 seed. And then on Thanksgiving Day, we played the Miami Dolphins, and it snowed in Texas Stadium. We had the Leon Lett play.
Yeah.
So when we lost that game, the 49ers got the number 1 seed back again. So at that point, guys, that team, The 49ers lost the following week. So, with that being said, that Cowboy team, they had to win 5 games in a row to get the number 1 seed. You win 5 in a row, you're the number 1 seed. The very last game they won, gentlemen, was the game in New York when Emmett broke his shoulder. So that was the 5th game. So that team, they ran a table. They went 5-0. They got the number 1 seed. Now, this team we have here, obviously, we don't have. We may have some Hall of Famers, don't have any Super Bowl champions, but the bottom line is, I believe we control our own destiny. We're gonna take it one game at a time, of course. But if we win 5 in a row, like that team did, I think we're in the playoffs, and I don't think anybody would want to play Dallas if that happens.
Wow. What you got on there, B-Bird?
And what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was looking at something real quick.
No, I was saying this team has to win 5 in a row to get in the playoffs, and we're gonna take them one at a time. But do you think we got enough to win 5 in a row like we did in '93?
Yeah, I think we do, and I think it's because of the additions of Quinnen Williams, Pickens, and Clark. So when I talk about dogs, I'm talking about guys that walk in the room and you know they the dudes. Also, the opponent know they the dudes too. And we talked about this before, whereas I think a dog is a dude that strikes some fear in other people. One of the things that struck me was during halftime of the Philadelphia Eagles game, Quinnen Williams, gave a speech and was kind of rallying the troops and everything. And they say this speech was pretty impactful. So it kind of fired them up to come back out. I want to tell you this, a guy that was brought onto the team 2 weeks prior, coming in and giving a speech, lets me know that it was a void of leadership there because he shouldn't have a place to do that. He shouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Now it's great, but there's a void there. He felt that void. He saw that. He felt that void. So I like that because now the team can kind of take on his personality. He's a dog, so he gonna create dogs around it if some are there to be created. To win 5 in a row, you need dogs. You don't just need good players. Because see, what happens with good players is their confidence gets shaken sometimes. Dogs in their mind always just think, nah, I'm just better. I'm just gonna go out here and do this. It's that unshakable confidence that they have in themselves. Like Pickens, hey, Dak, I know it's 3 people on me, but you can still throw me the ball because I still think I can make that play. That's what their mind says. They might not verbally say that, but you want them to think that, right? You want those guys to have unshakable confidence. And right now, what I'm seeing out there is the Cowboys are playing with a lot of confidence, man. They're not scared of, it's Philadelphia, it's going to be tough. And it's Kansas City, it's going to be tough. But one thing I thought about y'all is this, and I'm changing the subject just a little bit, not totally. But don't you feel like we've become the hunter instead of the hunted? I think we're hunting teams now. Before we were the hunted, we go into places and people give us, we like, you're supposed to beat these guys. We're in the game tight and we win 31-28 or something against the Cleveland Browns or something. You're like, how did that game was even that close? No, that's because they was hunting us and we badly won or we lost. But now we're hunting teams. We're going to find teams. We're going to hunt teams. Dude, we ain't hunted teams since, I know we hunted in the 90s. We hunted teams. Well, we're hunting teams now, and I like that because that's how you got to be. That's aggression. That's what strikes fear in people. The hunted and don't never strike fear in people. The people that hunt strike fear in people. And so I think what we're doing now, man, it is sustainable because you got to have a dog mentality to make it through all these games, man. You got to have a dog mentality to beat the Super Bowl champion and the Super Bowl champions from the year before. You got to have a dog mentality to beat those guys. And what I think what we got now, we've adopted a dog mentality, and you can go through 5 games and win them with that mentality. I'm not scared of anyone. I'm not scared of Detroit going in. And we're going to laugh again because me and Big Time always laugh. Hey, I feel good about that Detroit game. I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna push back just a little bit. I'm gonna keep what B-Bird said, but I'm gonna do just a slight push on that and say that I think that for the first time in a long time, we are the hunted and we are the hunter at the same time. It's the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care who we playing. We usually get teams' best shot. Mm-hmm. But in this instance, when you look at the schedule, and we can just go straight to Detroit, Detroit has found themselves in almost of slightly back against the wall type thing too.
Yep,
They're going to be desperate when we play them, even though we all know about some of the injuries that they have. But I believe I think we're 9th in the NFC, and Detroit is 8th. And they're not leading their division. Green Bay is. And they are trying to stay at least in that wild card fight, and they're not presently. I don't think they have that spot too. So their game, the game that we have with them coming up Thursday, is gonna be, real big. It's like they hunting us and we hunting them, and it's both teams back against the wall. And I think that from when you start looking, the Charger game, and all that type of stuff. I'm over one game at a time type dude, but our back is against the wall. We can't afford to lose nothing. Some people say, well, you can afford one loss. I don't think it's that at all. And I think that when you look at the matchups, if you want to look ahead, and the way that the Cowboys are playing, and especially the way this defense has come together. Mm-hmm. Listen, the matchups favor the Cowboys. I don't care who it is right now. You can go down the list: Chargers, Vikings, Washington, Giants, Detroit. I'm not saying we're going to be favored in the game, but when you look at the matchups, it's kind of hard to say that this team has a distinct advantage over the Cowboys. It's really just that simple. So I'm not overconfident. I'm just gonna say, before Quinn Williams got here, if you looked at these 3 games here, I believe everybody in the chat will have to admit it's okay to say it now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, before Quinn Williams, we looked at these 3 games and we said, boy, we in trouble. We might as well start getting ready for the draft. And in less than 2 weeks, the whole narrative have changed.
Yeah.
My God, you got Stephen A. Smith saying the Cowboys gonna win this game, and Cowboys gonna win that game, and Cowboys gonna make the playoffs. And the whole narrative have changed, and maybe it's because of the play of certain individuals, but it's mainly because everybody see this defense. Whatever it was before, you can't even count that defense. This is a whole new team as far as defense goes. You can't charge Quentin Williams, DeMar Overshown, and Logan Wilson what happened in weeks 1 through 5. They weren't here. It was Sanborn playing. You see what I'm saying? It was practice squad cornerbacks playing. Well, you can't charge these guys with this. But since they've been here, and you seen Clowney lose his mind, this it's a whole new game now. And so I'm like B-Bird. I already got my mindset on this Detroit game already, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Thursday night. Go ahead, Cowboy Joe.
So shout out to Joe Tranchina. He brought up another streak that I had forgot about. So he says in 2018 we were 3-5, we won 8 in a row. So that's kind of what we're looking at here, guys. And one thing I want to add to this Hunter and Hunted thing, quietly. Now we know that the 49ers, the Steelers, that's the OG rivalry that we talk about all the time. And then you got the Eagles, the Giants, the Commanders, of course. Another team that's sneaking into the rivalry sphere is the Detroit Lions. The last couple of games we've had with them, we had the one in Dallas here a couple of years ago, which was a great game. I think it was a Saturday night game. They came in here last year, and they just ran us out of the gym. So I think this coming up game, it's going to be a rivalry type game. I hope that we're prepared for it that way. It probably will be some Cowboy fans in the stadium up there. But these games get bigger and bigger every week. I've been telling you guys, I said last week, well, this is a wild card game. That's what this is, okay?
It is.
Saturday was a wild card game. This Thursday, it's a divisional playoff game, because the team that loses this game, you might be in a little trouble. Just like Kansas City, we might have knocked them out of the playoffs on Thursday. I know Baltimore lost. Buffalo has lost, but if we win this game Thursday, Detroit, this is the team that went to the NFC Championship game a couple of years ago, guys. So it's a huge game. I'm calling it a divisional playoff game, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be intense, and we just got to have our guys ready to match the intensity.
All right. Since we all there, let's talk about Detroit real quick. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to study them or not, but let's just go off the top of our head. If you haven't studied them, let's just go off the top of our head. The first thing that is obvious about the Detroit game, I don't know if our chat knows or not. Hey, and again, I appreciate everybody who's in here. Thank you, everybody. Everybody on the channel. We got a lot of people in here. Got people on TikTok as well. Hello, everybody in TikTok land. Listen, I need everybody to hit that like button. That's the first thing. Hit that like button. Wherever you're watching from, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button. Smash it a few times for us. Let's just show some appreciation. We ain't asking for no money or nothing like that. We're just asking y'all to hit that like button. It will carry us a long way in doing this. If you can smash it, everybody give us about 20 likes a piece. If you use your phone, your thumb, like I'm doing right here on screen, that's about 20 right there in a couple seconds. Detroit. Detroit is coming into this game limping. They're hurt everywhere. And, nobody feels sorry for us with all our injuries, so I don't feel sorry for Detroit. Mars St. Brown has a ankle sprain. It's not a high one, but it might be the type, they're going to carry that thing out, but signs look like he may not play on that Thursday. That's a big loss for them, and even if he does, he's not going to be right. Them ankle sprains are tricky. You can try to play on it, but it's kind of like what CD tried to do, and he tried to play on it, and he couldn't do it, so he was out for those few weeks. So that, and then their lineman is hurt as well. Now I realize they got their all-pro center back. He ain't played all year, coming out of retirement. He's coming back. The word is that he's probably not going to play this game. The word is that he's probably going to play the next game. I see Cowboy B-Bird just went through there. Let me get you back in. All right, there you go. All right. You just pop back out. Let me get you back in, B-Bird.
Okay.
I got you. What's going on here?
Right again, yeah.
What you doing, B-Bird?
Well, I'm trying to put my front camera on because my computer started messing up on me. So.
Oh, okay. You good now?
Yeah. Nah, it started dying. That's my bad.
Oh, okay. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
We don't know if he's gonna play the center, but if he does, I hope he do play. Cause look, you ain't played all year. Your first test ain't gonna be good against Quentin Williams. I can tell you that right now.
So who are you talking about?
The center, the All-Pro center. Forgive me for not knowing his name.
Frank Radnauer.
Oh Frank, yeah, but they announced today that he didn't pass his physical.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna stay in retarement.
Oh, okay, but he went, and then it makes it.
He had a hamstring that was gonna take a grade 5 hamstring strain. That's gonna take about 3 or 4 weeks. So he
will stay out for the year. He good. Okay, well, forget what I was saying. I mean,
they will be without their center.
They will be without their center. So we're talking about at least minimum I don't know how many linemen they carry, or somebody can maybe move over or whatever. But regardless, he's going to be a backup center. Whether they do use a practice squad guy or they call somebody in, it's somebody that hadn't played all year, and your first test is going against Quentin Williams or Kenny Clark. Pick your choice. That's not a good way to come back and play. So that's an advantage off the top for us. I'm calling that right now. With St. Brown not playing, if he does not play, then obviously that's a huge loss. We're talking about an all-pro receiver who's dangerous. and then that leaves Jameson Williams, who's gotten loose the last few weeks. But what they do have, and it ain't no joke, is Mr. Gibbs, their running back, and Mr. Montgomery, a legitimate 1-2 punch from running the ball. So it's obvious to me what needs to happen. We need to shut down Gibbs, which they've played the run quite well last 3 weeks, starting with Genty and on up to Saquon, and then on up to Hunt and Pacheco as well. So we need to lock these guys down in the run game, and if we can do that, I believe we're gonna have a real good day on that part.
Yeah,
I'll let y'all go ahead.
Yeah, they got that. I can't remember the tight end name, but he's really good.
Laporta is out.
Laporta's out.
He's out.
Yeah, so I'm saying they're really in trouble as far as
that's that number 1 and number 2 targets on receiving. You know what I'm saying? They got Williamson, but he's more of your deep threat type guy. You know, hit him on some deep balls, but you can't do that all game. The other 2 guys are the ones that are missing are your first down guys. You know what I'm saying? Where slot type guys that work the middle of the field, and those guys being out going to be, it's going to be kind of hurting for them guys. So I like our chances. Also, we don't have to worry about the elements. No wind, controlled elements. We play well in domes. No matter where we play at, we play well in domes. One of our most impressive games, I don't know if y'all remember, Minnesota was on a good run a few years ago, and went down there and beat them. I think it was 41-3 or something like that in Minnesota. Yeah. And we play well in domes, man. That's probably our most impressive road victory I've seen probably in the last 10 or 15 years. And it was inside of a dome. So we're going to a dome up there. Expectations are not going to be real high for us from the public. I think we play well with less expectations. I think that's going to change around too. That's a mental softness to me. But I think when you get dogs on your roster, you can play it with pressure on you or off of you. So I think I just look at some good things that we're going to do this week. Our our arrow is up, man. We're getting guys back on defense. It's not just a trade, but it's Overshawn. It's our safeties that we got back. It's the effect that Quentin Williams has on our defensive line, just making them more effective. I think the whole thing is just all gelling together, and they still don't know how to play well. They still don't know how to play together yet because they haven't, played together enough time to gel. But then you actually might get Diggs back too, and we can get Diggs back, 90% or 95% of what he was, man. Now we cooking with some gas.
Yep, I agree. I think I want to talk about Shoddy a little bit as it relates to Dan Campbell. I've watched the Lions quite a bit the last couple of weeks, big time. And what stands out to me is that Dan Campbell is really just, kind of overcoaching. He's costing them games, going for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2 in his own territory. So I'm going to be curious to see what kind of adjustments he makes, because he's really been hurting the ball club. And with Shoddy, just kind of going back a little bit the last couple of games, there's still some things, I'm calling it clean up on aisle 3, that Shoddy needs to make adjustments on. We saw him still handing the ball off to Turpin in the backfield, which is a scary play, I believe. So, and then getting down in the red zone, Shoddy is still wanting to throw the ball a little bit versus just running the ball with Javonte. You get down on the goal line, it's 1st and goal. You got to hand the ball off to Javonte a couple of times, and if you're gonna throw it on 3rd down. But I think Dan Campbell is going to be a big key in this game, because he's kind of taking over the play calling, I guess I understand, and so that can be a positive for us. But yeah, the matchups, I like the way they look, and this might be a game where Diggs can come back in and be on a pitch count and be effective. Maybe Diggs and Savon Rivell can kind of spell each other until they both get in that full play mode.
Let me throw one last thing about that. There's another tremendous matchup that I think we're gonna see, and that is Jared Goff is a sitting duck.
Yes.
not worried about his mobility. And if you watch the last 3 games, or if you want to really put a real target on it, if you want to say ever since Williams has got here, it is so obvious that the pressures at least have went through the roof. Last game, I believe everybody, I think Clowney had 2 sacks, but he had 6 pressures. Izaraku had 5 pressures. Clark had 4 pressures. Dante Fowler had 3 or 4. Everybody was putting major league pressure. Nobody's not been able to stop anybody since Williams has gotten there. Everybody is, the pressure game has went up. And certainly with these backup linemen in here that we're going to see, I believe that there's a real good shot that we're going to mess Jared Goff up. I ain't talking about injuring him. I'm just saying that I think we're going to be in his face all night long, because it's just no way that you're going to be able to handle this D line, especially with backup guys. I'm just saying I'm putting my money on that quick, that we're going to put Goff on the ground, which has been a problem because he gets the ball out so quick with them short passes. But I want to go kind of like what I think Cowboy Joe kind of went to it. I want to give props to Eberflus. And I know that ain't popular, especially on this panel here. But, when you get dogs, like B-Bird said, when you get dogs like this, your defense going to be look a whole lot better. And sometimes you can run the same scheme, but because you got some dogs in the positions now it looks totally different than what it was. But that ain't what I want to give him credit for. The Kansas City game, everybody knows Eberflus loves zone. He didn't run a whole lot of zone Thursday because he knew that if you ran zone against Mahomes was going to kill you.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that. So what did he do? He went man a whole lot. And look, Diggs wasn't playing. He had, Bland was there, but he had guys in there that, you really like, oh, God, please, hope he don't get tore up. You know what I'm saying? But he was going man, and I got a feeling we're going to see some of that this week, because Goff can kill you if you just playing a lot of zone, and, of course, if he got time. But you need to man up on the, I ain't saying the whole game. I'm saying we need to man up, but I will give kudos to Eberflus because he was willing to do stuff that he usually don't do. And that, I thought that was a sign that saying, okay, I know what I got on defense. I know what kind of players I got. I'm willing to change up my system because it complements the team defense better. And I want to give him credit for that. So I don't know, y'all ain't gonna give it to him, but I do.
Well, you know me. So I want to get clarification on me and Eberflus. I never was I've always defended Eberflus in this sense. He had no players. Mm-hmm. And so whatever defensive scheme you got, it could be the 46 defense, it could be whatever it is. If you don't have talent on your defense, then it's not going to look good. So one of the things, they've given him the talent now, right? So now it's starting to look better. And so I've never really been a Eberflus basher. I still, hey man, my essence of me being on the internet is from the front office. But I've always felt that the front office did them a disservice by trading away one of the most dynamic players in the league right before the season started. That wasn't his game plan. Hey, I'm going to go in this season. I'm not going to have Michael Parsons come take this job. That never was in his game plan. But they've given him players, and he's bended a little bit on his philosophy, and those things have come together in a good time to where they've been very effective on the field.
Yeah. Yep. So I've probably been the most critical of Eberflus on the panel, but I've also said that when he gets when he plays well, you're going to give him credit. I thought his schemes against Philly and Kansas City were much better, and I did notice the more man coverage on Thursday, and he also dialed up some blitzes. So I agree with you guys. He looks like he's doing better with the talent, more talented players. And Patrick Mahomes is very hard to get a handle on. I think we sacked him 3 times. It really could have been 7. He got away from us a few times, but Goff is not going to be able to do that. So somebody, SDJ 1100,
Absolutely,
he got 7 sacks in there. Brian Thompson has got 5 sacks.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're going to end up at because Goff, he's not Patrick Mahomes, but big time, you had it right. We do have to be mindful of how quick he gets rid of the ball. And what that means is if he gets rid of the ball real quick, guys, your corners can't be 7 and 8 yards off the receiver.
Yeah.
You got to be, when that ball comes out, you got to be up on the receiver to make the tackle. So that's the adjustment, and I'm still looking for Eberflus to make. What are you going to do when that ball is coming out, or your corner is going to be 8 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage? That's going to be big for this game.
And so let me give the audience and y'all my thought process on this. So who is the best quarterback playing right now in the last, say, 7-8 years?
Well, you start with Mahomes.
Yeah. So
I've always liked Josh Allen myself.
Yeah, but you got to give Mahomes because he won the Super Bowl. Josh ain't been there. So
right.
Mahomes. And then you say who's the GOAT of all time, and then I was gonna say Brady because he's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So has Brady had a better defense? Had better defense than Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Yeah.
New England was number 1 defensive league when he was.
Yeah. So has Mahomes had better defenses than the Cowboys?
Yes.
So if the GOAT of all time needs a good defense, a great defense, and if the active GOAT needs a great defense, why Dak don't need a great defense? I get tired of people putting stuff on. Let me tell you what a great defense does. It takes the pressure off of a quarterback saying, I have to score every time. If you think you have to score every time because your defense can't hold them, you're going to start making some mistakes. Mm-hmm. You're going to start taking some chances, doing some things. But you know what you might do sometimes? I'm going to throw this ball in the dirt. Why? Hey, we got to come back next series. It was 3rd and 10 on my own 20. Ain't no sense of trying to do this. He don't get that. Dak doesn't have that luxury. He didn't have that luxury. He's starting to have that luxury right now, man. And so this is a little detour from what we were talking about. I know we're still talking about defense.
It's really not a detour, B-Bird.
How important,
going somewhere with this?
How important this defense is, y'all. I remember, and me and Cowboy Joe talked about this when the Chiefs played the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Today's GOAT struggled in the first half, but guess who didn't struggle? Their defense held them down until he got it together. It was never a time. It's never been a time in Dak Prescott's career where he can have a bad first half and the defense hold the team down. We have not had that. We've had it the last 3 games, man, and that's because Quentin Williams is coming in and changing some things, man. I love it. One thing I want to say, because somebody said something earlier, his name is Jay Bryant. He said that we talked about that void of leadership that Williams filled, and I wanted to say something too. I was a Parsons fan when he was here for his play on the field. Some things off the field I didn't like. I think Williams' leadership is going to be better than Parsons' leadership. I thought Parsons' leadership was more talk, more instead of action based. You can't have a podcast and talk about your players and stuff and still go in that locker room and think they're going to respect you. They're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of isolated yourself away from everybody else. But I don't think Williams is that kind of guy. I think he wants to get everybody in on this thing and not just, try to get everybody, rally everybody around him. It's just let's rally everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think a void was filled when Williams got here, but I think it's going to be better than it was last year and the year before. You can kind of tell with the players already. I just think we play with a lot more confidence out there, man. As far as the defense is concerned, I like what I'm seeing. I hadn't seen the defense play like this. And again, it's not an interception-based defense. I do not like turnover-based defenses. I like turnovers, but I like us to play solid defense. And if we get turnovers, that's cool. I don't want to be playing defense just to get turnovers because if we don't get them, you're going to struggle.
Go ahead and speak on that because I'm gonna come back to what B-Bird said because he don't know it, but he don't went into deep water with this one.
So we saw it in the Philly and Kansas City game. The Chiefs got the ball at midfield, I believe, a couple of times, B-Bird.
Yeah.
And we were able to hold them out. And if I'm not mistaken, the same thing happened in the Eagles game. So you're right on point. That's what I'm saying with this defense. I'm really impressed with Jadeveon Clowney. He was somebody that I wanted the Cowboys to acquire, a few years back. What impresses me about him? He's one of those guys. He just knows how to play. He ain't really got to probably watch a lot of film. He probably ain't even got to practice. I'm sure he's a great practice guy. But the guy just knows how to play. He knows angles. He knows plays. He knows where to be. And I'm just extremely impressed with him, of course, along with Quentin Williams. So, but yeah, I think we do have the defense now that when we have to punt, and punting is a good thing, guys, in some of these games. That's what I want Shotty to clean up on. Sometimes just rely on your defense. You got a good defense now. Go ahead and punt that ball away. You don't need to be going for it in your own territory. And just let these guys line up, have confidence in your defense. And I just think that we're going to get better and better every week. And so we might have the defense, B-Bird, that will be able to do exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I want to go back because we could spend the rest of the show here and go to the next show. Chat, I need all of y'all to get involved on this one. Because we've come to the point of a moment of honesty. All right. If you've been following my show and you've been on my show for a long time, you have heard me talk bad about Jerry and Steven. If you've been following Cowboy Joe and his son Jules, you have heard them go at Jerry and Steven. If you've been following B-Bird's show, you have heard B-Bird go at Jerry and Steven. And previous to the Raider game, all of us went at Jerry and Steven and said how horrible this defense looked. You got to do something. You have to do something because it'll be a waste to have this type of offense. And you just waste it by not doing anything. I need everybody to be honest right now. I need y'all to give me a grade on what y'all feel the general managership job of Jerry and Steven Jones is right now. I started off. I'm talking about defensively because you heard B-Bird say we need the defense. I ain't worried about the offense. We all know about Pickens. I could throw that in, but I ain't talking about Pickens. I'm just going strictly defense. When Williams come in, it opened up everything. And I said it on the show last week. Somebody lied to y'all. It said that one man can't make a difference. Well, in this case, it did. He did. Because it opened it up for everybody. When you add in an Overshawn, bring him back in. When you bring in a Logan Wilson, when you bring in a Jadeveon Clowney, who looked like he done found the fountain of youth again. I need y'all to put the grade in now. Because, see, we talk bad about Jerry, man. We did. I did. But I got to tell you, I got to give him an 8 right now. Because he hit the jackpot, whether he was forced to do it, whether he was, I heard him talk about he wanted to get Williams and trade Micah for a first and all that. However way he got it, and we're seeing the result from the trade of Micah. You might as well throw in Kenny Clark because no Micah gone, no Kenny Clark. So right. You done brought in Kenny Clark. You done brought in Clowney. You done brought in Williams. You done brought in Logan Wilson. Those 4 right there by itself is good. I ain't talking about the guys who done came back from injury. Now look at this defense. Now look and see what done happened. And to go to B-Bird's point, that Dak never had. But it goes deeper, B-Bird. It goes deeper, Cowboy Joe. What it did, at least this season, and I'm praying to God he stays like this, but you can't ask for too much. It changed the philosophy because the Cowboys always traded for the bottom up guys. You know what I'm saying? That you talking about guys you ain't never heard of, and guys from the XFL and all that type of stuff. They never went from the top down. I mean, we done went and got all pros.
Yeah.
We done went and got guys that got names and still got gas in the tank.
Yeah.
Usually they'll get a name with a guy that you know is on the tail end. No, Kenny Clark still got plenty of gas left. Williams got plenty of gas. I was gonna say Klein on his last leg, but he proved me wrong. Klein, it looks like he done found a fountain in the youth. Logan Wilson still got gas in the tank. So this is a total philosophy change. They inserted dogs in, real dogs.
Yeah.
And the real dogs usually make immediate impact.
Yeah.
And that is what we are seeing, which totally goes against. Forget Dak, man. He didn't do this for Romo.
No.
He didn't do this for Romo. The last time somebody did something like this was Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
That was it. Nobody else. Jimmy Johnson got Charles Haley. You know what I'm saying? Now, I give Jerry credit for going and get Deion Sanders. I give him credit for that. But he ain't never put this much, infusion into a defense. And come on, I might as well come on with it. When last time you seen them go get somebody like Pickens? I mean, once you throw Pickens in this mix, look what he's done for general managership. Pickens, Williams, Kenny Clark, extra draft picks, Logan Wilson, Quinn Williams. Oh, ain't no question. He got an A to me.
So, and that's where we're going to differ, because I got him at a C.
You got him at what?
A C?
A C?
Yeah.
You going to talk to me, B-Burger. I need to see where you coming from this.
Okay, so.
I ain't saying you wrong. I just want to
see. Pickens, home run.
Okay.
Clark, good pickup. Williams, home run, right?
Okay.
The issue I have with it is that how do we come about getting this, right? Like, so is this in his nature? Is this part of a program that he uses to say, hey, this is what we do every offseason?
No, the track record say no. That's why I said it's a philosophy change.
No, but I don't think it's a philosophy change.
Okay.
I think what it is an embarrassment of two things happen. Micah got defensive player of the month at Green Bay, and they're winning, and we can't stop people from getting 40 points a game. So it was embarrassing, man. It was a juxtaposition against each other of this guy I let go that I said wasn't worth it is doing all this over here, and look at what we're doing over there, and we can't get pressure on the quarterback. So I have to go and do something, right? I have to make a move. I'm losing the crowd. So he went and got those guys, and it worked out. We've been lucky before. We've been lucky with Tony Romo. We've been lucky with Dak Prescott. We didn't plan for those guys. If we'd have planned for those guys, we'd have made more provision to get them. We got lucky in getting them. They didn't, even with Pickens, I had more confidence in Pickens than they did because they didn't even try to renegotiate a contract before they got him. And I was telling everybody, I was on Law Show, man, we need to get this guy signed. That need to be part of the deal. Oh, everybody was saying we need to wait to see what he does. I already know what he's going to do. He's going to shine with Dak Prescott. And he's going to cost you a lot of money. Well, who was right? Who was wrong on that? So the thing is that if we go back to Marshall's shopping for free agents in the offseason and we go to UFL in the offseason and we rely on draft picks in the offseason, then we're back to the same thing. If he takes this and say, okay, this is the way to go forward, I'll come back and regrade this and say, okay, that was the change. But when the stimuli is the fact that it was embarrassing and it was looking bad on you, that's why you had to do it. Not because, hey, this is the best thing to do for football. Then I can't really give you that credit for it because you got to be embarrassed to do something. I should have to embarrass you to do something.
So what you're saying is it's yet to be determined.
Well, I would say this. Like this, because I got it. Smoke was on here. Me and Smoke went back and forth today. One of the things I said, I don't know, I think it's Eddie Murphy had a joke a long time ago that said something about, where the dude said something about, man, I take care of my kids. And the dude say, dude, you can't brag on taking care of your kids. That's what you're supposed to do. You remember that?
I ain't never been to jail before.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So look, so I can't look, man. I made some good moves at GM. That's what you're supposed to do. Make good moves at GM. What it is that we hadn't seen it, so we happy for it. But guess who sees it all the time? Philadelphia. Another thing I don't want to do is give Jerry too much credit because one thing I noticed yesterday, man, that was interesting. Did both of y'all watch the Philadelphia game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those dudes just won a Super Bowl and they were booed. They just won a Super Bowl last year. What that does, man, they keep pressure on their organization, man. They don't let off of them. And I don't want us to let off of them right now. I don't want to be giving Jerry all these pats on the back now. Jerry's asking for pats on the back. That's why he's trying to, hey, I was want to get Quentin Williams because he sees a good pick. Now you want to act like he's all in on it. But you didn't have that mindset when you traded. You didn't trade and say this was going to happen later. You didn't know this was going to happen later. Jess might have held on to Quentin Williams. You never know. So you traded in an emotional, you got mad. For one thing, it was bad faith. It was bad faith negotiating. Everybody knows that. And then you got mad because it didn't go your way. And then you said, I'm going to trade him. Michael and them came back to the dude with $41 million. Just $1 more million to be the highest paid player in the league. And that dude did not want to sit down at the table. What kind of businessman won't sit down and talk about a better deal? Unless you're in your emotions. So he was in his emotions the whole time. So these things that happened after he traded them, those things are separate from when he traded them. Because if all those things would have happened at the same time, hats off to you because you did that. But they didn't. And so he got lucky that they just really wanted to get rid of Quentin Williams, not get rid of him, but wanted to trade Quentin Williams and do a rebuild. So my thing is, I do see the results are good, but it's not like it was planned results from him. You get what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
Wow.
So
I like it, B-Bird.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna go right down the middle, and I'm gonna give him a B. Now my B is based on. So right now we're 6-5-1, guys. I really think that the way he handled the Micah situation kind of just took us off the rails. You know, one of the reasons we are 6-5-1 is because of Jerry. I will also add that I believe that we could have got Quentin Williams, Clowney, Logan, and we could have kept Micah. You could have got all of that and the above. So I'm going with a B because ultimately we're on a game-to-game basis right now. If we lose to Detroit, we might be out of it. We lose another game. What it's going to come down to is Jerry put the team in a hold, in a hole, not hold. He really hurt us at the beginning of the season the way he handled his trade. He did recover, did some things that are coming into fruition now. But for me, it would have been an A if he had just got these things done in the training camp, the beginning of the season. Look, if he had traded Michael, guys, if he had done it, before the season, when you could have acquired the picks, I believe this team right now may be the best team in the NFL. It could be, but we may not actually see them in a playoff game because of the way Jerry handled this to start the season. He hurt us to start the season. He did make up for it with the trade, so that's kind of where I am. I'm with a B. That's where I am on it.
Wow. Well, the way I look at it is, it's better than what we pretty much all had gave him prior to the trade, which was an F. I believe everybody it gave him before the Raider game. If I asked that question then, everybody would have said he deserves an F as a general manager. So it just amazing again how you can insert quality guys who can make immediate impact.
Yeah.
And you see the difference immediately. And you can see the changes that have been made, and it make you wish, like Joe just said, that you wish it could have been done before. Go ahead,
Big Tom, I got a question for you because you asked that, and I asked Joe this question, and you can answer this too for me. Just think if we would have did that move maybe 2 weeks earlier. Now it may have would have cost us more, right? As far as draft capital.
Yeah.
But if we do that, I know we win the Arizona game.
We
I
win the
think
Carolina game.
You
Win
win
the
the
yeah,
Carolina
Carolina game.
you think we win the
Hey,
Carolina game too?
if you win the Carolina game and the Arizona game, I think you might be in first place in the
could be in
East.
first place. Yeah.
Well, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not, hindsight is 2020 and what if and all that, but I guarantee you, if we had Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark playing at the same time, Rico Dowd wouldn't have had no 200 yards.
He killed us, man.
No way. No way.
And you don't lose to Arizona. And one thing I want to add, big time, I do want to give him credit for this. And I want to ask you guys about this. The George Pickens trade was done before training camp. It was done before training camp, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So now correct me if I'm wrong. The MVP awards at the end of the year, do they do NFL MVP, offensive MVP, then defensive MVP? The 3 awards?
Offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, and then MVP of the league.
So I'm going to say this right here. This trade they did for Pickens is going to end up being one of the best trades they've ever made. And right now, he has to be the in the lead for 2 of those awards. Now I don't know about the MVP. Offensive player of the year, he has to be. Do you guys agree?
I agree. Yeah, I saw you put that on Twitter, and I did. My MVP right now would be Dak Prescott. But offensive player of the year, he would be in that category.
Because if it's not Pickens, who would it be? I don't
as far
know.
As what?
Offensive MVP with 5 games left.
Well, that kid out there in Seattle
JSN
is killing. He's doing some
his numbers are crazy, man.
He's doing too much. You're talking about Stafford, who I think is the MVP of the league right now.
What about the running back in Indianapolis?
I mean, he should be getting votes for MVP of the league, even though it's quarterback kind of thing. But if he does not get it, I think he automatically becomes your offensive player of the year right off the top.
But I'll say this.
I will say this, Cowboy Joe. I will say this. When Pickens came, what we did not expect is what he's going to be unless he gets injured. Mm-hmm. There is no question that George Pickens right now is a first-team All-Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Forget Pro Bowl. All-Pro. Yeah. I'm talking about it should be the kid from Seattle, and it should be Pickens for your first-team All-Pros. It's not Jamar Chase. He was injured too many games. It's not Justin Jefferson this year. Mm-mm. He was hurt too much. I mean, both of them got bad quarterbacks too now. He had a quarterback, I'm saying, this year. So it's not the usual 2 guys that's there. It's not going to be CD, as far as first team goes, because he missed 4 games or so. So that ain't going to happen either. But Pickens and that kid from Seattle have just dominated so far. And it's going to take a whole lot to bring him down. So nobody expected Pickens to be what he is right now. And he's just about the best.
Can I say this too, man? I have to say this. I didn't expect him to be first-team All-Pro, but I expect him to be competing with CD as far as numbers on our team. The reason why, man, is because I wanted this dude. He was my favorite in the draft that year. I wanted him, but he went in the second round before we picked, so it wasn't even our fault, right? I think we picked the lineman. I can't remember who we picked that year. And it just didn't fall to us. I said, God, I really want that Pickens dude because I knew we needed somebody. He was more Dez-like to me in mentality. But for what he did with the lack of quarterbacks he had in Pittsburgh, I was like, this dude is playing ball down there with nobody. And that dude get over here with us, man. He gonna ball. And that's why I was afraid of. I wanted to sign him first. And I think we could have got him at like $28 million a year last year if we signed him to a 4-year contract for, $108 million or whatever that would be, $28 million a year. And then we go with it. But I don't know how much it is, but I think it's running $12 million.
So Aisha Morrison, sorry, B-Bird, Aisha Morrison, shout out to her. She posted this today. She said that she believes that Pickens should ask for Jamar Chase money and so I don't know how that's going to go with Jerry,
Not
especially
gonna
with the agent.
work down from there. It's just a negotiation. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. That's definitely no good.
I don't blame him. If he did that, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean, when he come to the table, I mean, he gonna have a nice resume.
But what you got, with those contracts, what you have to do, y'all, is this is what Philadelphia does. They pay a lot of the money up front and then and make the contract, the actual cap hit lower, and they put some of the big cap hit in the later years so they can have their team together right now. The Cowboys can still that's how they get all these players on the team. They pay them the money up front, and so what the Cowboys with the Jones have been hesitant to do is give money up front because they're afraid that if somebody get hurt, they gave them all this money, and they, but you can't really worry about that when you're competing against somebody like Philadelphia because they're gonna run circles around you as far as player acquisition if you keep putting those locks on your players like that. That's why they could have signed Micah really and lowered the cap hit, but they didn't do that.
When it comes to that, and time gonna tell. Everybody talking about the franchise tag, which they can do. And I'm quite sure if push comes to shove, that is what they're gonna do with that.
He's just not gonna play on it.
I don't think he's gonna play on it either. But if you were to go long term, I think the Cowboys are gonna go a little bit different because you still have, the Cowboys are famous for making villains out of guys when it's contract time.
Absolutely.
And I'm quite